2 days ago I uploaded a short in which I explained how the comet 12P Pons-Brooks had its closest approach to Earth, and that on my timeline there are 666 days between the closest approach and the start of the 70th week of Daniel on my timeline. This means that yesterday was 666 days before the start of the 70th week, and what we saw in the news were two big volcanic eruptions, one in Hawaii and one on the Philippines. On the Philippines it was Mount Kanlaon, and on Hawaii it was Kīlauea. I don't know if I pronounce it right, but the point is, if you measure the distance between the two craters of these two volcanoes, you get the number 8,763 kilometers. A total random number, but if you make it a date, it spells 8 July 1963, 8763. Still totally random, but when you put this date in a date calculator and you count the time between that particular date that came to my mind through these two volcanoes, the time until the Rapture on my timeline is 66 years, 2 months and 2 days, where we have a combination of 66 and 22, and 66 is the number of books in the Bible, and 22 is the number of end times according to Pastor Steve Cioccolanti's book, The Divine Code, which explains biblical numbers. This works on the Hebrew calendar as well, because 8 July 1963 was 16 Tammuz 5723 on the Hebrew calendar. 66 years later was 29 June 2029, and this is Yahweh weeks before the Rapture on my timeline. So you have 66 for the number of books in the Bible, the Christian Bible, and the name of God in weeks. And what's the name of God in weeks? That is 10.565 weeks, and this is because the Hebrew name of God, Yahweh, is spelled YHWH, and this is represented by the numbers 10, 5, 6 and 5. A lot of numbers. I can imagine that it is far-fetched for you, but I loved how these two events, these two forces of nature, how the distance connects to the end time timeline. Do with the information what you want. To me it's another confirmation of the timeline. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. I have an addition to the previous video, because the morning after uploading I discovered that the sign date, 8 July 1963, was 22,246 days before the eruptions on 3 June 2024. And when we make 22,246 a date, 22 to 46, 22 February 1946, and we compare it to the rebirth of Israel as a nation on 14 May 1948, we get a time difference of 2 years, 2 months and 22 days. So that's another set of double 22. I think it's a nice confirmation on a deeper layer, and I just wanted to share that with you.